How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Tatt Talk. We are here with my boy Vaughn, and he is tatting his client Lyric. And
New.
what was
Now I
that?
messed it up. New client.
I don't know what that was. Anyway, so Lyric picked number 7, and number 7 was if you could pick any era of time to live in, what era would you go back to and why?
So in the last 6 months, I've been studying the period of development from adolescent and all the way up to prenatal, and I would go back to the 1930s because that's when the beginning of the teenage era, like the word teenager, was first used in the 1930s. So when we talk about like childhood and adulthood, adolescence, which exists between the two, that was born in the 1930s. So that's when high school really came into play. So I would go back then because that's something I want to study and publish research on one day. So I'd go back to the 1930s to see what it was like because after the Great Depression, as far as kids goes, there was nothing for teenagers to do anymore.
Right.
There was no longer work because of the Great Depression. Kids used to work, like little kids. And then in adulthood, you had kids, but that was like as a teenager, you could get married and have a child as a young woman.
Right.
But then in the 1930s, that's when teenagers began and started going to high school. So I'd go back to then.
That sound like you heavily thought that out. Like you've been thinking about that slick on the side.
I've been
But
studying it.
yeah, for sure. That is pretty cool that you think about that in that way. But in reality, if you were to go back to the 1930s, you already know what kind of what you would be. They ain't trying to make you study no kind of research. No.
I'll be out here fucking the master.
Okay, fucking the master. She like I'm fucking the master for my research. It's about to go down.
She's a house nigga. There you go.
She definitely would be in the house.
If I was a slave, I'd certainly be in the kitchen cooking, whipping the eggs.
Okay, whipping the eggs.
And feeding the babies.
Yeah, for sure. You would be a nanny? Okay. Yeah, you would definitely be in the house. You know what? I did not realize.
Do you know they gonna bring you over whenever?
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
not smile on the face. I'm ready. She said, I will toot it up for masters, what she said.
She said she don't want to go in that hot box, master.
Oh, man, that is crazy.
Tobias, boss.
Well, on that note, I
Now she
appreciate
gonna be
you
smiling.
and spending time with us today in Tatt Talk. And hopefully we'll see Vaughn again. And hopefully Lyric will come back and get tatted. She
Got
said
to.
smoke symbol for sure. Tatt Talk.